Hello and welcome to the monthly energy reading for June 2024. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. I'm an emotional and spiritual wellness practitioner, among other things. And we are going to be looking at the energies that might be coming up for you in June. We're going to be looking at how we can work with these energies, how they're supporting us, along with some other things. So I'm really happy you're here. Let's just get right into it. Let's take a look. We're going to start with this deck actually. And we're going to look at the energetic themes for the month of June. So let's see what we got. Energetic theme for the month of June. And we have cards popping out. Okay, perfect. 3. This is the amount of cards I wanted to pull. So we have the 4 of Swords, we have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Pentacles. In this deck it's coins, but let's see. Let's tune in here. Let's tune into the 4 of Swords. So it is feeling, I'm feeling this supportive energy that comes with the 4. And it feels like this clarity of thought that's coming in because the swords are associated with mental energy, thoughts, focus, and it feels like this supportive energy around if you want to create a new mentality, this is the time to do it. That's what I'm picking up on with this 4 of Swords here. Let me get a supporting energy card here for the 4 of Swords. The Chariot. Yeah, it's like, wow, it feels very strong. This very strong kind of like determination of like choosing how you want to see the world is kind of what I'm feeling. It feels like we are born into this world, right? Because we chose to be born into this world. And we pick up on all of the conditioning, right? The conditioning is everything that we've been taught, everything that we've witnessed that has defined our worldview, how we view ourselves, how we view others, how we view the way the world works. And now it's like these cards are saying make a choice in how you want to see the world and embody that, incorporate that, experience that. Interesting. Okay. So now let's go into the 6 of coins here. Okay, let's get a supporting energy for the 6 of coins. 6 of coins, 6 of coins. Sorry. Why am I apologizing? Welcome to me being weird. Okay, 6 of coins, supporting energy here. The 3 of Cups. Okay, let me tune in first to the 6 of coins. I feel like when I pull this card from this deck specifically, I pick up on this orderliness that comes through just because of the way that the coins are aligned, and it's this it is this supportive energy that comes through with the earth energy that we have here, and it feels like this connection to the give and take of the earth. I feel like I spoke about this last month, this energy came up last month in one of the weekly readings or the monthly reading, and it feels like this very pure, clear energy from the earth. And then with the 3 of Cups here along with it, it feels like I'm definitely picking up on the community energy that comes with this card. It feels like, it really feels like the new earth energy. If you're familiar with that term and the transition that we're going through as a collective, as a planet, as humanity, it feels like this new earth that's coming through that is focused on community. There are a lot of people that speak to community being the future, really. kitty. No, 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 kitty. I have cats. They like to hang out with me, and one of them wants to come up on the table. Sorry, buddy. No, go back in your little tunnel, bud. I love you. You stay. It feels like, yeah, there are a lot of people that channel or that are intuitively guided that speak to community being the future, and I definitely feel that. And it feels in connection with this, with like, choose how you want to see the world and create that. Like, let that be your reality. It feels like in connection with this like mental energy, this mental focus of like forward momentum of like, where are we going? Like, this is where we're going. We are going into this new structure of the way that we operate, really. And there's so much around that of like community, not community, I was going to say connection, but like community is in that. It's like connection, because so many of us feel separate from, and so many of us get our healing from this separateness through connection with other people. So that's beautiful. I love that. That's definitely pertinent to my life as well right now. So let's tune into this Page of Pentacles here, Page of Coins. I am picking up on the new creation energy. It's like this new formation of like our ability to really crystallize and manifest something that we have been seeking for a long time. So let's get a supporting energy card here. And it feels like not just us for a long time, but like our souls have been on this mission in our past lives in Earth. Excuse me. Sorry, I burp when the energy starts flowing through. So it feels like, yeah, it feels like this energy and creation that our souls have been working towards for millennia, and it's now coming into form on Earth at this time. And these energies that are coming through are helping us to crystallize these new ways of being that humanity has been seeking for a long, long time. So, supporting energy card for the Page of Wands here. Yeah, wow. Okay. I'm loving these cards here. This is really great. We have the Four of Wands, and there is so much celebration energy in this card. And there's like, I mean, along with, the Three of Cups here, we have them dancing in a celebratory fashion, like sharing in community. And then the Four of Wands is also so much, there's a lot of community in this card as well. It can be, what it's feeling like is this sense of support within yourself, and like this home that you have within yourself. Because again, the Four is associated with this supportive energy. And we had the Four of Swords come up as well earlier. And it really feels like creating home within yourself. And like that is what creates this new way of being, this new structure that we have as humanity. Like that is, having this home within ourselves is what is going to create this new Earth that we have been seeking, that our souls have been working towards manifesting on Earth. Interesting. Let's take a look at how we can work with these energies this month. Okay. So, how can we work with these energies this month? What does this look like for us individually? Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. Interesting. Okay. I say interesting a lot, and I probably say interesting a lot as well. Okay, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, it feels like this feels like I'm really picking up on like the magic energy that comes with the wand suit. Um, and it feels like I'm getting this visual of just like wave your wand and it is done. I think that we are constantly told in the spiritual community how powerful we are, but I think it's really hard for us to really connect to that if we haven't done like the healing work that needs to be done in order to access our true selves, our soul, our infinite nature. However, it is a lot easier to access that than we think it is. I think that it's not uncommon for us to kind of get wrapped up in this idea that like we have to do something or be something, be worthy of the ability to connect with our infinite nature in a powerful way. Like we have to reach some level in our process in order to access our infinite nature and our power. And I feel like in some ways, yes, like we have to do some work around that in order to really access it in a deep and embodied way, and an embodied way that's really, really key. But the truth is that like our infinite nature, it kind of, it's like, I don't really like the word overpowers, but that's what is coming through. It's like overpowers all of our limiting nature and limiting beliefs. So the question then is like what can you do to connect with your power in a grounded way that feels powerful, that feels empowering to you? That's really, really what I'm picking up on here, because it's like the nine energy, it has this like culmination of like we're nearing completion. We're nearing this end of a cycle of a journey in a way. And so it feels like we just have so much access to the power within us. So that is the big question here, is like what can you do in order to connect with that power? Beautiful. Okay, so let's pull a card for let's get a message from the universe. This will help to inform the following cards that we're going to pull around a little bit more specific detailed things here. Message from the universe for the month. What does the universe really, really want us to know, hear, see, feel? Wonderful. I'm funny. Okay, so we have big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. Let's just take a look at this beautiful imagery here. It is from Rebecca Campbell's The Starseed Oracle deck. I really like pulling those cards for messages from the universe because they just speak to so many beautiful things. So it's feeling like the big picture thinking of like looking at what we do day to day and how that contributes to like our ultimate goals and desires. And like that doesn't mean like hustling and doing all kinds of crazy intense stuff in order to make shit happen. Like it means being in tune with who you are and what you want, and having peace with the way things are, right? Because as humans in this physical 3D realm, we only have so much control over some things, right? And so there is a level of acceptance and peace that we have to come to in order to work with the third dimensional reality in a way that is transformative and moves things forward, to help humanity evolve. And so, yeah, it really is this like we need to be grounded in this reality, and also we need to be open to the potential that we have of all of this power that I was speaking to, that we have access to, that we for whatever reason, don't access, right? It could be that we're scared of it. It could be like past life traumas and experiences. It could be from something that you heard in your childhood that made you feel small, or that made you afraid of who you really are, of expressing who you really are. It's all of those things, really, for a lot of us. And so I'm feeling this call from the universe to really like open yourself up to the immense power. Again, power is just really coming through. This immense power that we have, that is ours. Like, that is ours, right? Like, speaking to our infinite nature again, like, we are so much more than just this physical reality and the daily things that we have to do in order to survive and stay alive and like be a functioning human in society. And there's this energy of connecting that into your greater purpose that you have here, because it's so easy. I relate to this a lot, what I'm about to say. It's so easy for us to go through a spiritual awakening, a spiritual experience, come out the other side and be like, well, all of this earth stuff is really dumb and insignificant, and like, why do I even have to do this? Like, wow, I can't even begin to explain how much I relate to that. Oh man. And like, we came to earth for a reason. I don't know how many times I've said this in these videos or just in general. Like, we came to earth for a reason. We chose to come here to have the physical human experience. And at this juncture in human history, like, we are elevating and evolving our consciousness to be connected to our galactic nature, to our infinite nature. And that is what is coming through in this card. It's like big picture thinking, like being aware of our place in the universe while also being at peace with our current home on earth and all that comes with being a human. Awesome. I love that. Okay. Let's look at our creative potentials for the month of June. So this could be around like potential manifestations, things that you're working towards, your creative energy, whether you identify as a creative or not. So what's our creative potential for this month? Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah. Did we have 7 energy up here before? I don't think so. I thought we did. Oh, it was the Chariot that has the 7 energy. So yeah. 7 energy, the energy of the number 7, it has to do with action, momentum, moving forward, inspired action, even like magic in a way. Which is so much of what the human experience is. It truly is kind of magic to think that we exist here. Like, the more I learn about like biology and the human body, the more amazed I am that we exist. It's truly, truly amazing. So there really is just like such magic to just like biology itself. And so the 7 of Cups here, and this is our creative potential energy. It feels, again, really connected to this mental clarity and focus that's coming through, of like making a decision of how you want to experience the world, of the perspective and the mindset that you have, and like going for that. But the cups have to do with emotions, emotional energy, water. And so it feels like a little bit both, like having your emotions on board with where we're going. So like making sure that you're regulated and like you feel safe in your body and in the present moment, in order to really, really take advantage of these energies that are coming up for you to create what you want. It feels like also using your emoting abilities as a human to create this new world that we're creating, right? That is like a part of what intentional manifestation is like figuring out what you want and how you want it to feel, and embodying those feelings, whether that be through a meditation, you have maybe a gratitude practice, or maybe you do like scripting journaling for your manifestation practice. It's really about embodying those feelings and asking yourself, how do you want this to feel? How do I want this to feel? And how can I embody those feelings right now? I love that. That is so practical and important for manifestation. Coming, like, when you want to really, really create something specific, like, we got to get in touch with like what the feelings are that we need to embody. I love that. Speaking of feelings, let's go into what our emotional needs are for this month. Okay, emotional needs for the month of June. The Hermit. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because we did speak to some like community energy coming through. And so, again, this comes back to like getting clear on what you want. Like, you need to know yourself deeply, right? Like, you need time alone. You need time with yourself, with your feelings, with your thoughts, like not separate from others, but like away from others enough for you to hear your own thoughts and get clear on what's yours and what's theirs. And so this really is speaking to like taking care of yourself. I feel like taking time away from the noise. Like, y'all, I know you guys have been aware of what's happening in the world, and we need a certain level of peace in order to face the world and in order to create the change that we want to see in the world. Like, we have to have some stability in ourselves and take care of ourselves in a way that we can be productive to be of service to others, right? Like, there are so many people that need our help, and whatever it is that you do, whatever that looks like, even if it's just you being there for your family, right? Like, it's we all have different roles that we play, different purposes that we come into earth to fulfill, and we need to take care of ourselves. There's a channeler and an intuitive that I really enjoy, Lee Harris. I definitely recommend checking him out if you're into channeling. He's wonderful. His guides say self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity at this point. We need to take care of ourselves. And this Hermit card coming in with our emotional needs, it's like, how can you take some time and space to just be with yourself, to process whatever it is you need to process? I am really picking up on the solitude energy here. And so if you struggle being alone, I definitely recommend taking some time this month, just like 5 minutes alone, to just, if you can, I would recommend trying silent meditation. Even if you're new to meditation, obviously some of us struggle with being alone in our minds. If that's something that you struggle with, like, obviously listen to what's best for you, right? I just think that there's so much power in silence and being silent with ourselves. And if we can follow our breaths and be present with ourselves, like, try that, And if you really struggle with that, guided meditations are amazing. I always recommend people to start with guided meditations, especially if we're not used to all of the things going on in our heads. Obviously, some of us have, mental illness that we struggle with, and it's really hard to be alone in our head. So obviously, speak with your mental health professionals if you are new to this stuff and you want to try out meditation. Like, find what works for you, but there is something very powerful in being silent with yourself if you have the capacity to do that right now. I don't want to say you need to do something if you can't do it. Like, there's no harm in not doing it. Like, you're gonna get benefits from whatever meditation you do. That's what I was trying to say. I just don't want people to feel excluded. Okay, so let's look at physical support for the month. How can we connect with our physical bodies and support our physical bodies? Because they are our vessels, our homes that we are working with. on this plane in this lifetime. So let's take a look at physical support for the month of June. The Emperor. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, okay, more 4 energy coming through. Seeing some patterns here. The Emperor is very much the masculine, like the healthy masculine energy. And with this 4, it feels like very supportive in our physical states. Like our bodies are asking for our help in a way, like, or our support in a way where we can really set ourselves up for success by having physical health. And so whatever that looks like for you, wherever you are at in your health journey. I've had a lot of physical health struggles the past few years. I'm still working through some. It's been quite a journey, so I totally understand if it's been a hard thing for you. It feels like, you know, there is an argument that like a lot of our physical ailments come from disconnection in one way or another, whether it's from source, whether it's from ourselves, whether it's from the people around us, our emotions, our thoughts, like our desires. That's a big thing, that like if we are, you know, pushing away our desires, it's hard for us to connect to our truth. And it shows up in the physical through different ailments, diseases, injuries, things of that nature. And so it feels like this need to, like, man, I'm just really feeling the strong embodied energy of the Emperor and like our physical strength. Like this feels very much like connecting to our physical strength, like our muscles, you know, like if you have an exercise routine that you do, like I encourage you to connect with like the physical strength of your body. I really enjoy weightlifting. I haven't really been able to lately because of the chronic pain I've been dealing with, the injuries I've been dealing with. It's been rough, but like I feel like weightlifting is such an underrated practice to connect with like your physical body and your physical strength, but also your masculine energy, like your healthy masculine energy. I love that idea of people like using a weight training routine in order to connect with their healthy masculine energy. Like that is something that can be really powerful for people. So yeah, this feels like, you know, we have the supportive energy in there. It feels like really like being embodied in your physical body and definitely doing physical activity to feel your strength and to connect with your masculine energy. Interesting. Okay, so now let's look at mindset, focus, perspective. You know, we did have this like energy come up earlier around our mindset, choosing how we want to see the world and really holding on to that and really creating that. So let's look at what our mindset, focus, and perspective could be for this month that would help us work with the energies we have going on this month. Okay, more 9 energy. 9 of Wands. We have the 9 of Wands come up for creative potentials in a different deck. So that's really interesting. This was creative potentials. Now we're looking at mindset, focus, perspective. Yeah, and so like, you know, this imagery is different from this deck. And we have the individual here who he's got a bandage on his head and he's holding his wand. He's surrounded by the other wands. He's like looking back at like what he's done, what he's accomplished, and how far he's come in order for him to get where he is right now. Like he's a little battered, he's a little bruised, but he's still standing and he's still holding his wand. He's still like ready to go, right? And it's the 9 energy, the culmination energy, the nearing completion. It's like, this comes up a lot in these readings I do, or it has since I started last month. It's like looking at really recognizing how far you have come and what you have made it through, what you have gotten through in order for you to get where you are today, and really like holding on to that, because that can be really powerful if you can maintain this perspective of like, wow, I have overcome so much. I have done so much for myself, for the people around me to get me to where I am right now. Like, that can be really transformative and empowering. I think it's so important for us to look at our circumstances in an empowering way. And I for sure struggle with that. Like, I love throwing myself a pity party. It's one of my special skills. But in order for me to embody who I want to be and what I want to create on earth, like, I have to reframe my perspective around what my experiences have been, what I'm going through right now. Like, how can I reframe this in an empowering way that will help me to take actions that are aligned with where I'm going, where I want to go, who I want to be, and help me actually create the life that I want to create. Looking at how far we've come and what we have created and gone through and released and worked through in order for us to be where we're at today. Like, yeah, that feels very, very empowering, and like, I'm just feeling a lot of truth there. So I hope that this resonates with you. I would really like to hear if this resonates with you, what you're getting from this. We still have a couple more cards to pull. So we're going to look now at our spiritual needs for the month. How can we connect with spirit, with our own spirit, with source itself? Spiritual needs for the month of June. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, this is really connecting to like our physicality, and kind of what I was saying before at some point in this discussion. In this reading of the cards I was pulling, it feels like connecting with like your day-to-day physical experiences and kind of finding like the beauty in it. As cheesy, corny as that sounds, it's like yeah, it sounds cheesy, corny, that's fine. But like, how can you see the beauty in like, how can you see the beauty in your day-to-day and see kind of the magic in your day-to-day? And so we have 8 energy in this card, which is abundance. And it feels like this recognition of our abundant nature just by looking around us at all that we have. So much of the talk of abundance is around money and financial abundance, and it can really, it's about everything though. You know, I was speaking about our infinite nature earlier and how we have access to that a lot more easily than we think we might. And so I feel like it feels like looking at your, it does feel like looking at your physical reality in order to acknowledge your abundance. And that can be challenging for some of us who don't have as much as we want, right? But truly, like, you know, we are surrounded by so much, right? Like, a really powerful practice for me has been looking at like my physical possessions, and being like, wow, I am so rich because I have so many books on the shelf over here. I have clothes to wear. I have, you know, my art project materials that I can use to create new things. Like, I have so much. Like, I have a roof over my head. Like, I am so rich and wealthy and supported. Like, finding evidence, I guess, of your abundance, right? And in like the small things that you have around you. I'm not sure if that's making sense. I'm kind of like, I'm feeling the energy come through. I'm having a hard time articulating it exactly. But it feels like, you know, like connecting with the abundance of our physical world is really what it is. And like, you know, in this image, this guy's working on hammering the star into the coin, the pentacle there. And so there's like some, I'm gonna butcher this probably, but there's like a saying from some ancient um, philosophy where, you know, it's like, what do you do before a spiritual awakening? Like chop wood and carry water. What do you do after a spiritual awakening? Chop wood and carry water. Um, it really, really comes back to what I was saying about having this peace with being human and this acceptance, this level of acceptance of like our 3D reality that we're working with, right? And having a love for it and an embrace for it and a recognition that like we wanted to have this earthly experience. So I don't know how rambly I just got and if that made sense. Hopefully it did. So now we're going to come into our final card here and look at action steps. Yeah, it's going to be from this deck. Okay. Action steps for the month of June so that we can really integrate and embody this energy. Oh, I'm spilling cards. Okay. The Six of Swords. I love the imagery in this card because it's like you're leaving something, right? I'm just tuning in to what's coming up. It's like, yes, you're leaving something, but you're going somewhere new. You're going somewhere maybe you've never been before. Maybe that's a little scary. But also likely something, you're going somewhere that's better for you, that's better than what you've been experiencing, that is more aligned, not necessarily better. That word can be a little not exactly descriptive of what we're looking for, because maybe what you're experiencing right now is good, but there's something that's more aligned for you. And so coming into the action steps, this is our action step card. I really am just picking up this energy of like literally walking away from something. So maybe there is something that you have been holding on to, and it could be a physical object, could be a relationship, could be a habit, a belief, a thought, like a thought pattern. Like maybe you have the tendency to think a little bit more negatively than you would like to, and maybe you're having a hard time letting that go. There is something that needs to be released and let go. And so whatever that is for you, there's a part of yourself that is holding on to that for a reason. And so what I really encourage you to do, if you are in this space where you're like, yes, there's something I need to let go of, maybe you don't know what it is, you can do some journaling around that to kind of get some clarity of what it could be that you need to let go of. What I really would encourage you to do is to look at what you're wanting to let go of and look at what the secondary gain is of that. And a secondary gain is some kind of benefit that you're getting from holding on to something seemingly negative. Like it might, like, you know, maybe you have a habit of, let me think of a habit. Maybe you have a habit of like not being social. Like someone asks you to hang out and you're like, I don't really want to. You know, you have a tendency to avoid social situations for whatever reason. I have social anxiety. I understand if that's you. And so let's look at like the example there would be then like, which part of you is choosing to continue this behavior, right? And it could be maybe the teenage part of you that felt left out when you were younger. It could be a part of you that was hurt in a relationship that doesn't want to get hurt again. That like, you know, the idea that being connected with people means getting hurt. That this came from like an old wound from an old relationship, right? So that could be, this is an example, right? So this could be something that like this could be a certain part of you that is causing you to not want to hang out with people when they ask you to hang out, right? And so, what is the benefit of that, right? And in this example, it could be that, like, the benefit is that I don't get hurt. The benefit is that I don't have to be vulnerable and seen because that is scary and uncomfortable for me. So, that would be the secondary gain there. I'm hoping this makes sense. I'm going to have some journaling questions available in my monthly membership that will align with all of this, that will really help you integrate all of this, as well as an integration activity. Not sure what that will be yet. It'll be a meditation, an EFT, something of the sort, maybe a Reiki session, not sure yet. And so, yeah, so coming back to like this action step of letting things go, of connecting to the part of you that is not willing to let something go, what is that part getting from not letting go of this habit, right? Maybe it's a sense of control. Maybe it's like a sense of false power, a false sense of security. These are just some ideas here. Again, hopefully I'm making sense. Hopefully I'm explaining that in a way that makes sense to you. Yeah, I mean, there are reasons that we do the things that we do. We don't just do them for no reason. Even the things that are seemingly negative or detrimental to us, there's a reason that we do them. And maybe it is to push people away. Maybe it is to like keep us in maybe a state of lesser health, so that we don't have to put in the work and energy into actually doing the things we want to do, right? Like if I'm not healthy enough to like start a business, like I don't have the mental and emotional and physical energy to focus on starting a business or starting a new project that's going to bring me a lot more success, like then if I don't have that energy to do that, I don't have to do it. And that keeps me safe and in this kind of small space that I've created for myself, so that I don't have to put myself out there and be criticized and be hurt and be seen and exposed. Again, sorry if this is rambly. I'm just trying to make sure this is a clear point, and maybe it was a clear point the first time I said it, and now what I'm saying is just too much. Anyways, it's fine. So yeah, that is what we have for the month of June 2024. I'm so excited for the rest of this year. I'm so excited for this month. We have the solstice this month. We also have the second half of Bridgerton season 3 coming out. That's a big day for me. So if you would like the journaling questions, the integration activities, there will be a link in the description to the community that you can sign up for. I also do weekly guidance on there, and it is a community space, so you can work with people, meet people that are also doing this work that are like-minded. So it's really, really cool. I hope you have an amazing June. Thank you for sharing your time with me today. I am so grateful that you are here. I really hope that you received something from this. Definitely leave a comment below letting me know what resonated with you, what you're taking away from this, what you're excited for this month, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.